Look at that, pipe smokers. Calendar sitting out on the pipe patio on a Veterans Day night, and enjoying a pipe, smoking this bent bulldog meerschaum with the red stem, and I'm smoking some Havana honey, and that's a blend. It comes from our local B&M here, Don Juan's, and they blend it themselves. It's a real good aromatic. Not overly sweet, not overly powering with the honey, but just enough to really give it a good taste. I really enjoy it. I think they said it was their #1 seller. I know Louisiana Pipe Guy 65, he enjoys it and gets some when he's in town and takes home with him. But just wanted to come tonight and extend out a thank you to all our veterans in this country for all they've done, how they serve their country, how they go when really nobody wants to go, but they go, and how they sacrifice and how their families sacrifice. And just wanted to tell them, that from Calendar, I know from this community, that we appreciate your service to your country. Makes me think about a few years back when my children were here in grammar school. They would always have a real big Veterans Day celebration here at the elementary school, and either my dad or my father-in-law would come. And my dad was a Korean War veteran, and my father-in-law was a veteran of World War II, Army and Marine Corps. It just made you feel good, because this school system here really reaches out to the veterans and really puts on an excellent program for Veterans Day and lets them know how much they're appreciated. But I just thought I'd talk a little bit and smoke a little bit. And I don't know how I can do this. I also wanted to kind of just talk about my dad a little bit. He was in Korea, and I can remember growing up. I can remember him talking about it. I can remember pictures that he had brought home from the war, and I guess my life compared to my dad's life is really a Sunday ride in the park. My dad's mom died when he was 7 years old, and she died from osteomyelitis, and it's a bone infection. She got it from having a tooth pulled, and penicillin would have cured her. And she died in 39. I think penicillin was in 41. I think so. It was really tragic, But anyway, he was one of 12 children, and he was the youngest son. There was 2 daughters behind him, and his dad tried for a while to keep them together and all. And his dad was a construction worker, was an iron worker, and so they made the decision to put the youngest boys and the youngest girls in homes. And my dad went to the Boys Baptist home in Monroe. And I've talked with Kevin, Louisiana Pipe Guy, about it before. It's not too far from where he lives. And so that's he stayed there from the time he was 7 to he was 12. And then at 12 he ran away because his older 2 brothers had ran away, and they hitchhiked from Monroe back down to Baton Rouge. And from that point on, he kind of lived with his dad a little bit sometimes, and when his dad was out of town, he would live with a few family members, and maybe sometimes on the on the road itself. And I know a couple family members kind of booted him on. One story is involving a paintbrush. I'll have to tell it one time. As a matter of fact, the cousin that was involved with that is alive, and we laugh about it today. But just kind of wanted to show a few things with my dad. He went into the Army when he was 17 years old, and he lied about his age and went in. And this is a picture of him at Fort Polk. I don't know if I can get that. Yeah, I can get that out that way. And he just looks really young to me there. And I don't know if I'm having lighting problems. Still having a reflection. But anyway, that's when he was just going into the military. And he at 18 years old, he was in Korea. And this is a picture of him here over in Korea. And still looks young to me in this picture here, you know. And I can remember him telling me he was in an artillery group, and I can remember him telling me about how he it's kind of not coincidental that he's drinking coffee. He was a coffee freak. But anyway, I can remember him telling me about at night they would go to sleep, and they would lay down their sleeping bags and cover up. And you know, Korea had a cold winter, and he said they would go on to sleep, and they'd wake up in the morning and they would be under 10 to 12 inches of snow. And had sit there, and it snowed all night, and then the snow had piled up on them, and they were breathing through the snow. I can remember him telling that story. And this is a picture of him when he's 20 years old, because he spent 2 years in Korea. He was there for a year, and then I think Truman extended their service a year. So he ended up spending a little over 2 years in Korea. And this is a picture here of him when he's 20 years old, and to me he has just aged tremendously. Looks like a different person almost to me, because of and I guess that's what you'd expect war to do, you know. But just remember him on Veterans Day, and you know, along with all the other veterans. He I can remember. Well, let me show this too. This is a picture, and I have lots of them. Of this one here happens to be a picture of a Chinese prisoner of war that they're guarding here on this truck. And if you know much about the Korean War, you know at the end China sent in, you know, numerous, I think 1 million volunteers, and they beat back the army for a while until they regrouped, and then they were starting to push them back. But my dad went all the way to the Yalu River and looked over into China. I can remember him telling me that as well. But just wanted to come and kind of, you know, give a shout out to all the veterans, give a shout out to my dad, and hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a great Veterans Day. I hope some way, in some kind, you honored a veteran today. So, guys, until next time, just you know, get your pipe and keep them lit and keep them smoking. We'll see you next time.